Eowyn, The Lord of the Rings. Thurman was considered for the role of Eowyn in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, but she turned it down due to pregnancy. The role eventually went to Australian actress Miranda Otto, and along with it, an all-time great one-liner.
I am no man.
Number 10. Jack Nicholson and Robert Redford, Michael Corleone, The Godfather. The iconic role in Francis Ford Coppola's masterpiece ended up in the hands of the awesome Al Pacino. But before Pacino got the green light, Paramount executives were pushing for a more popular actor, like Robert Redford or Jack Nicholson, to be cast. Coppola stood firm and made sure that the role went to an Italian-American. Jack Nicholson himself revealed that regardless of how good the opportunity would be, he'd have turned down the part of Michael Corleone because of just that. He wasn't Italian.
Fredo, you're my older brother, and I love you. But don't ever take sides with anyone against the family again.
Number 11. Matt Damon, Jake Sully, Avatar. Damon was considered for the lead role of Jake Sully in James Cameron's 2009 film, Avatar. Damon was never officially offered the part, and the director ultimately cast Australian actor Sam Worthington in the role, but did have Matt as a personal favorite. In an interview, Damon confirmed that he'd met with Cameron to discuss the role, but ultimately decided not to pursue it because of scheduling conflicts with the Bourne franchise, which he was working on at the time.
Another time I made a moral decision was when I was offered a little movie called Avatar. I turned down, and I will go down in history as the person, because Jim Cameron called me, he offered me 10% of Avatar.
Oh, God.
Number 12. Al Pacino, Han Solo, Star Wars. Pacino was reportedly considered for the role of Han Solo in the original Star Wars film, released in 1977. However, he turned down the role, which eventually went to Harrison Ford. According to Pacino, he didn't understand the script and was confused by the concept of the film, and so he ultimately decided not to pursue the role. In hindsight, Pacino has said that he doesn't regret turning down the role and has praised Harrison's performance, saying that the film wouldn't have been the same without him. These aren't the roles you're looking for.
Okie religions and ancient weapons are no match for a good blaster at your side, kid.
You don't believe in the Force, do you?
Number 13. Russell Crowe, Wolverine, X-Men. Russell Crowe was the first choice to take the claws of Wolverine in the 2000 superhero blockbuster, but turned it down. He recommended his friend, actor Hugh Jackman, for the role. Jackman was an unknown actor at the time, but after a number of impressive auditions, landed the role. Hugh is awesome. Number 14. Jennifer Lawrence, Bella Swan, The Twilight Saga. Lawrence auditioned for the role of Bella Swan, but the role went to Kristen Stewart instead. Emily Browning, Michelle Trachtenberg, and Lily Collins also auditioned for the part. Number 15. Leonardo DiCaprio, Peter Parker, Spider-Man. DiCaprio had been in talks for the lead role in Spider-Man in the late 90s, early 2000s, which was going to be directed by Titanic director James Cameron. Ultimately, Spider-Man's entry into cinema was guided by fan-favorite director Sam Raimi and starred Tobey Maguire in the iconic role.
I'm Spider-Man.
Number 16. Marion Cotillard, Dr. Ryan Stone, Gravity. French icon Marion Cotillard screen tested for the part, but opted to accept another role in a sci-fi film, Inception. Sandra Bullock was finally cast and was widely praised for her powerful performance. Many film critics have both Gravity and Inception as standout films of the 2010 era.
Gotta just get on with it. Sit back, enjoy the ride. You gotta plant both your feet on the ground and start living life. How did you get here? I'm telling you, it's
Number 17. Tom Cruise and Sam Rockwell, Tony Stark, Iron Man. Tom Cruise could have well been a staple of the MCU. He opened up about why he chose not to take part in the Marvel film back in 2005. Marvel Studios came to me at a certain point, and when I do something, I want to do it right. If I commit to something, it has to be done in a way that I know it's going to be something special, he said at the time. He openly talks about how the casting of Robert Downey Jr. in the role is perfect, and that he couldn't be happier for him. Before the screenplay was prepared, director Jon Favreau had approached Sam Rockwell to play the hero. Rockwell was interested, but Favreau actually changed his mind after Robert Downey's audition just stole the show. Due to Downey's road to redemption past, Favreau thought it was a perfect fit.
For your consideration, the Jericho.
Number 18. Anne Hathaway, Tiffany, Silver Linings Playbook. Hathaway was originally cast as the lead in the 2012 film Silver Linings Playbook. Things got a little complicated after some creative differences between her and director David O. Russell, not to mention the scheduling conflicts with The Dark Knight Rises, which together made Anne drop out, probably for the best in the long run. Rising star Jennifer Lawrence landed the role and an Academy Award for her efforts.
Where's your wife?
You're crazy!
I'm not the one that just got out of that hospital in Baltimore.
I'm not the big slut!
Number 19. Matthew McConaughey, Jack Dawson, Titanic. Crowd favorite, the Texan boss, McConaughey himself was a lifeboat away from being Jack Dawson on The Voyage of the Damned. He actually read with Kate Winslet and did a screen test. In McConaughey's own words, "It went great. I mean, kind of like hugs. I really thought it was going to happen. It did not."
To that I say amen. To that I say all right, all right, all right.
Number 20. Mark Ruffalo, Harvey Dent, The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight nearly had the Avengers' own Mark Ruffalo, who later landed the role of the Hulk, taking the reins of Two-Face Harvey Dent. Director Christopher Nolan got Mark Ruffalo to audition for the role, but ultimately went with Aaron Eckhart, who was praised for his portrayal, bringing depth and humanity to the character.
Okay, fine. You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Look, whoever the Batman is, he doesn't want to do this for the rest of his life. How could he? Batman is looking for someone to take up his mantle.
Number 21. Heaps of superstars. Andy Dufresne, The Shawshank Redemption. Before the great Tim Robbins was given the go-ahead to play the lead in legendary director Frank Darabont's powerhouse film, they'd considered about every other actor you can think of, from Gene Hackman and Robert Duvall to Clint Eastwood and Paul Newman. Tom Cruise, Tom Hanks, and Kevin Costner all were served up the classic role, but passed. The creative brain trust around Darabont all thought that Johnny Depp, Nicolas Cage, and Charlie Sheen could all be possible matches at different stages. After director Darabont watched the 1990 psychological horror Jacob's Ladder, which starred a powerful performance from Tim Robbins, Darabont knew that Robbins was the man for the role.